today we're going to be replacing the brakes, the brake pads and rotors on my 2012 G37 Coupe. We're going to be replacing the front and the rears just because they're back to jack up this side just so high enough so that the other jack can fit underneath. So let's do that. Alright, now that this is pretty high, now this jack right here can finally fit underneath. So let's jack the car up now finally. So now that it was high enough, I took off the other jack. And now I'm gonna put the front end on jack stands just so I can jack up the other side and do all four. But I'm only gonna show you guys the front and back on this side. Alright, so I got the front end in jack stands. So now I'm gonna jack up the back. I'm gonna jack it up from the diff right there and then put that on jack stands. And then finally start taking off the wheels and everything. Alright, so now I have it on jack stands. I have all four. I'm gonna just keep that one there just in case. So now let's take off the wheels. Alright, so now we got the wheels off. The thing is with these rotors is that there's different sizes. So I'm only gonna take two off right now because I don't know what size they are. So I'm gonna just take them to AutoZone and have them measure it. I'm gonna just start taking off the front one. All right, so to start off, we're gonna take off this one right here, this bolt, and then there's another one. It's another bolt. Hold up. There's a bottom bolt right here behind this thingy, whatever it is. So we're gonna take those off first. Now it's loose. Start taking it off. And then we're gonna do the bottom one. This one right here. So the top one was a 13mm, and then now I'm taking off the bottom one, but I didn't have the right size, so the other one was a little bit smaller, which was not a good idea because now I got it stuck. So now I gotta try to take it out. Now you got the caliper off, and just get it's kind of bungee cord or whatever, and then like try to find somewhere to grab it on, just so it doesn't, pull on the brake line, so you don't mess it up. All right, now we gotta take that off, and take that off. There's this bolt right here, and this bolt down here. So 22mm. So I'm gonna just grab a breaker bar. So I got my breaker bar. Now I'm breaking loose. Now that they're loose, we just use a ratchet to take them off. Okay, so got one off. I'll get the other one. Alright. Okay, now that we got these out, now we just got, so I got 1-inch spacers on my rotors, so I gotta take these off. And then once I take these off, then I'm able to like hit it with the mallet or something from the back. Alright, so now I'm just hit it with the mallet. See if I can get it out. I mean, if you want, you can put in, I forgot what size screw in here, and then you can like take it out like that because it pushes it, but I don't have it. There we go. And now we got the rotor out. So right here, got the front rotor off. Now we're gonna do the back caliper, and to take it off, it's the same thing. There's a top one right here, and then there is a bottom one right here, and I believe the 13. So yeah, same thing like the other one. There's, to take off the whole caliper, there's this one right here, this top one, and then there's another one at the bottom. Where is it? That one right there. I don't know if you guys can see it. So I'm gonna take those two off, and then like I said, I have 1 inch spacers, so I have to take these off, and then that can come out. But so the spacers are off, but here, let me show you the rotor. This rotor is really messed up. I think it was hit or something, because this shouldn't be like that, but yeah, this one's really messed up. All right, so these back ones are for 14 millimeters. So now I'm gonna just break them loose, or hopefully they're not that tight. Jeez, that was all tight. So I'm gonna break the bottom one. I don't have room. All right, so I was just able to slide, since I couldn't fit anything back here, so I had no room. I was just able to slide it out because I loosened the top one. I don't know if that's bad or not, but that's how I'm gonna do it because I don't care on my car. So I'm gonna just leave it like that, and I'm gonna just hang it right here. Hopefully it doesn't fall. And now to take off the caliper, we're gonna do the 2 bolts that I showed you guys. This one right here, and then this one. I don't know how I'm gonna do this one because I have no room, but we're gonna try. So these 2 bolts, they're a 19 millimeter, and so now I'm gonna break them loose. So if I can take these bolts off as well. Let me just start by taking this top one off. Just hold the caliper, or not, I guess it was. Let's see if we can get it off. Oh, there you go. Just gotta pull a little bit. Just came right off. So yeah, just take it right off and bam, rotor's off. Now I'm gonna go to AutoZone so they can tell me what size these are. So just got back from AutoZone, and these are the new rotors compared to these. Look at how beat up these are. So do the rotors and the brakes, and also got some brake lubricant. All right, so I'm gonna start off with the back, and you also need some brake cleaner. I already bought some, or I already had some. So you're gonna hit this with some brake cleaner, and then gonna mount it back up. So I'm gonna start doing that. And you're gonna want to do the back and the front, but I'm gonna just do the front right now. I'm gonna put them on. So let's do that. Like that. All right, now we're just gonna mount the caliper back on. So it's gonna be the same thing we just did, taking it off, but in reverse. I'm gonna put some Loctite before screwing them. Before screwing them all the way in, just in case. And then just screw them all the way in by hand. And then once they're all the way in, just tighten it with the breaker bar. And just grab the new ones. And let's see if I can get them out. Look at the difference. Jeez, okay. And then they should just slide right in. Somewhat. There you go. And then just do the other side. It should be the same thing. So now that they're in, just gonna want to put the caliper back in. Okay, yeah. So they have these caliper pull kit thingies to push this in, but my AutoZone didn't have any, and they had this other tool set, so I'm gonna just try it out and see how it works. This is what my AutoZone had. I've never used it before, but let's see if it works. If you push in any pistons or anything, make sure to take off your brake fluid cap, just so it doesn't spill or anything. Put like a towel or something, just in case. I was able to push the piston in by just putting this right here, and then I put this metal piece in the middle and it pushed it in. But like they have these other sets, and it's so much easier. But this is all they had, so I just grabbed this. Pushed in. I'm gonna take it back out, and I'm gonna apply some brake lubricant on the little, I forgot what you call them, in there and here. You want to spread it everywhere. Slide this one back in. If I can do it. Okay, you can slide it back in, and then you're gonna want to tighten this one again, right here, and then this bottom one. Actually, no, I didn't tighten this one. This one. And then now that it's all back in, then you got your rotor, and then you just put your wheel back on. But I still gotta put my spacers back on, so I'm gonna just move on to the front. All right, so my phone died, but I'm using my GoPro. So now to do the front, you're just gonna want to do the same thing. Just gonna want to spray it with the brake cleaner and wipe it off. Then you're gonna want to do the back as well. Just put the rotor back on. Now we're gonna put the caliper back on. Just gonna want to put it back on here. And then, I don't know if you can see, it's kind of dark, but you're gonna want to screw it back in. So basically what we're doing is what we did to take them out, but in reverse. So now it's all tight. I'm gonna put the new brake pads in. So they come with the new metal brackets that we're gonna change. So, and the little clips, which is good. I didn't know it came with it. So I don't even know how to take this out. Alright, so I just used a flathead and just pried it up. That seemed to work. Just put it back in. Alright, let me just compare them to these. Look at that. All the new. See, look at that. Jeez. Alright, so now we're gonna put them in. So spray that up, and this one up, and then it should slide in like that. Alright, now that they're in, we can grab the caliper. Alright, don't forget, I forgot to put these brackets back in. I just realized. And now we're gonna push the piston in because it's not gonna fit. I was able to get it pushed in using this tool. It sucks, but it worked. So now I got it in, and now I'm just gonna tighten this top bolt and then put in the bottom bolt. Alright, so the caliper back in, all the bolts are in, everything's tight, and now I'm gonna just put on my spacers. Alright, so the caliper back in, all the bolts are in, everything's tight, and now I'm gonna just put on my spacers. Alright, and that's how you change the front brakes and rotors on a 2012 Infiniti G37 Coupe. I don't know if it's the same for the Sedan. I feel like it might be the same. But, so you're going to do the same thing to the other side. I'm not going to show you because it's the same exact thing on the other side. So, alright, that's it. Peace out.